Hello friends, long time no see. How are you all? I hope you're all doing well, even though our beloved game isn't doing so well. In this video, we'd like to share our concerns about our beloved game, Ragnarok Online Mobile, Eternal Love, which isn't doing well. We must first disclaim that everything in this video is purely from a personal and objective perspective, neutral as a content creator, and as a veteran player who has transitioned to casual gaming. Everything in this video was created without pressure, and is not intended to offend anyone. Instead, we hope it can be a voice for developers, to help improve the game's situation and conditions for the better. Without further ado, enjoy watching. The first thing we'll discuss is population. Time passes, and the game gets older. Consciously or not, friends and companions gradually diminish. This is for various reasons, whether personal lives, or because the in-game atmosphere has become less conducive. We can see this with the withdrawal of many competitive and casual guilds, to the point where even regular guild versus guild events may only involve the same guild. Beyond the context of real-life needs, this means there are significant problems within the game itself that impact players, potentially leading them to quit. Some examples of the player population that can be considered nearly extinct are: many guilds are withdrawing. Difficulty finding public parties during the week, because not all players have a fixed team, despite differences in player time zones. The merge of young servers, although this is also a double-edged sword, during guild versus guild events without realizing it. Many alternate accounts participating in Magic Prison, Weekly Run, and simply AFK. This, of course, is very detrimental to other players. These incidents have occurred frequently, and are the developers aware of them? They may or may not. Even if they were aware, why create a new subserver? Wouldn't that just increase the likelihood of player loss? So, what are some suggestions for solving this problem? Hold engaging in-game events, including returnee events and new player events. Offer quality prizes with conditions to prevent abuse. For example, a login event with a specific time limit, or something else. This will foster enthusiasm and interest in playing, among returnee players, new players, and existing players. Next is the theme. Over time, this game has strayed far from the original theme of Ragnarok Online Mobile, Eternal Love. Honestly, we play Ragnarok Online Mobile, Eternal Love for nostalgia. Yes, nostalgia. Especially since it's easier to play because it's packaged as a mobile game. While it's still very strange to play a mobile game on a PC, that's everyone's right. And sadly, the game's theme is starting to lose its way. While we understand that business is business, is it necessary to sacrifice the game's nostalgia from its initial release by including elements outside the context of Ragnarok Online Mobile, Eternal Love itself? Isn't that just destroying the game's established values? Isn't it making it feel far-fetched? Isn't it making it feel fictional? Restore the old theme of Ragnarok Online Mobile, Eternal Love, the one we know. Updates are fine, but it would be better if they didn't stray from the original Ragnarok Online theme. Because at this time, too many storylines and quest paths have changed drastically, which has become a problem in playing. The next point is job class balance. This is a very important part. Over time, more and more hero classes have been released, so the old class has begun to lose its role in all aspects. There's no balance between the old class and the hero class, making it feel as if all players are forced to play the hero class. Right? Because it's all business. How long will this go on? The old class has been the main character in this game from the start, so why is it weaker than the hero class, which is essentially the NPC in every story in the game? Rolling on the floor laughing. The best solution is non-negotiable and non-negotiable. Give the old job class a place to play a more important role in every aspect of the game. Don't make the old job class just a supporting character. It should be the main character. Returning to default settings is what we see. From the beginning of the game, we strive to build our characters with equipment obtained from various MVPs and minis, as well as crafting. And for some reason, we suddenly have to switch to equipment obtained from dungeons, making the equipment we've worked so hard to build into mere shadow equipment, reaping only a fraction of its benefits. Why not just make ancient equipment your starting equipment, and old equipment your mid-end equipment from the start? Tears of joy. But it's happened. We just hope you don't burden us with heavy equipment progress, because this burden isn't just for the surviving players, but it will certainly be felt by returning and new players as well. Moving on to the next topic, Alien from Another World. What's the correlation between the Ragnarok era and aliens? The game is already flooded with undead cards and other overpowered cards, including special cards from old classes and hero classes. So why are there more alien cards with effects that defy logic? This only widens the gap between players. Stop releasing strange, obviously fabricated cards, as they only further unbalance the competition and create an imbalance between DPS and support abilities. While DPS are constantly getting updates for the damage, supports are struggling to find solutions to survive attacks. Unforgiving predators. With the constant release of numerous BCC boxes, the contents of which have irrational effects. Furthermore, the RNG can be said to be quite exhausting for players. We can conclude that, whether consciously or not, games are starting to transform into unforgiving predators, ready to devour and drain the wallets of players, both mid-spenders and high-stakes. It's your right, spenders. Spending may be a pleasure for you, as everyone's enjoyment is different. But for low spenders and free-to-play players, this is a harsh reality. This predatory situation has a significant impact, and it's also one of the reasons players, both spenders and non-spenders, withdraw from the game, or persist in playing it for the sake of it. We understand this is a business issue, but please don't focus too much on the business side. Make our beloved game user-friendly, for both F2P and low spenders, mid-spenders, and high spenders. So, stop being so stingy and greedy for money. Next are repetitive in-game events. It's undeniable that if not for celebration, existing events are simply repetitive and offer less than attractive rewards. Furthermore, completing tasks often uses combat time and is also time-limited. So just here's some suggestions: create fresh in-game events with attractive and high-quality rewards. Reduce weekend events, as many players spend time with their families. If an event requires eliminating a specific object, combat time should be avoided unless it's a special event. This has happened frequently, perhaps since the beginning of the game. We've often seen and encountered players using add-ons, scripts, or other third-party applications, and the developer's response has never been firm, seemingly turning a blind eye to this. Execute violators decisively, without exception, because it's clear that all cheating violates the existing terms and conditions. Most players don't have much time to play games. Some are still in college, others are working, have families, and so on. Therefore, please reduce or simplify the amount of tasks, missions, or whatever you're working on. This will help to ensure the enjoyment and interest in playing doesn't diminish. Last but not least, this is what we as players always aspire to: a strong communication network between players and developers, creating a mutually beneficial symbiosis for the continued success of this beloved game. We understand that not everything players say can be fully realized due to time constraints, but we encourage you to listen to their suggestions and criticism. This will prevent players from feeling ignored and losing interest in the game. After all, what happens in the game has significant consequences for the players. Perhaps that's all the concerns and suggestions we can share for now. We'll continue in another video. If you have any concerns, pros and cons, suggestions, criticisms, or solutions, don't hesitate to share them in the comments section. Who knows, maybe we share the same concerns. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again in the next video. Best regards.